Greetings, friends. Welcome to the Pin Tool Podcast. My name is Al Wayman, owner of Creek Road Pottery in Laceyville, Pennsylvania, next to the cold Tuscarora Creek. Pull up a chair around the wheel as we discuss topics concerning the art and craft of pottery, good books, storytelling, marketing, and creating work that matters for folks
Greetings,
who
friends.
care.
Welcome to the Pin Tool Podcast. My name is Al Wayman, and this is Season 4, Episode 1. And I just wanted to say, Happy New Year. I hope that you and your loved ones and families all had a really nice holiday season. It's been kind of cold here, and the Tuscarora Creek down back has been freezing. We have had freezing temperatures for the last couple days. However, over the holidays, it was unseasonably warm. So I was even able to go and patch the pottery shed roof. I had a small leak, so I climbed up there in 60-degree weather and got that patched. But since then, the temperature has plummeted. And right now, it's pretty cold out, in the lower 20s, and the wind is blowing pretty hard. And hopefully it doesn't blow my shingles too much. So I am in the middle of direction plan setting, and hopefully I can work things out. I've been looking over my calendar, looking at past years, balancing my books, getting ready to pay my taxes and all kinds of things that you do when you run a business. And every year I say that I'm not going to get a planner because I end up paying way too much money for a planner, and I only fill it out until March. And if they made planners that only went from January to March, I would buy a thick one and just use those for 3 months and have it done for a couple of years. But this year, I decided to do something a little bit different. I went on and used Google Calendar, and then I seen a fairly cheap planner that I could hold at my local Walmart. So I picked that up, and then me and my wife were out shopping for our 20th wedding anniversary. We went to the bookstore, went on a little date, out to eat, and I broke down. I seen a really neat planner, and I bought it. It's one that you can draw and do doodles in. So I brought it home. It was on sale. So anyways, that's what I've been working on. In the studio, I made the commitment of trying to show up every day. And so the last 3 days, I've just been cleaning and organizing everything. And currently, I am getting ready to do a bunch of wine tumblers for a show that I have on the 18th. So hopefully I can get those fired out. It was a blast going there last year with my friend Jill. And we are splitting a table again. I didn't sell last year. I just went to see how the show went and how many people were there. And let me tell you, it was a world of fun. So hopefully I can do some different things and sell some pots at a wine fest. So I'll be firing up the kilns no matter what the temperature. I've fired in 4-degree weather before. It cools a lot faster, but it doesn't seem to take longer to fire, which is a good thing. So I'll be working that out. Also, I've been organizing, as I said, and cleaning in the studio. Been clearing off some tables, been organizing some tools, and then I need to do a big wash down in there, do the floors. I also have loads of reclaim I need to work on getting reprocessed and back into bags so I can use it again. A lot of people really don't care to mess with that. However, When I did the fall show, almost all those mugs were from Reclaim, and you can make some good money using your Reclaim for mugs and bowls and things that aren't so large. So I have that task to do. So that should take maybe a week to get all that done. I'm going to say I have maybe almost 300 pounds of Reclaim down in the studio. And so I'll be processing that. I also have some projects which I'll get into later on in the episode. And usually the first episode, I do an episode on direction setting and talking about your goals and your guiding principles, your core values, your mission statement, and all that. Because having those things plus a 1-year plan, 5-year plan, and 10-year plan can be helpful because it sets a spot on the map to drive to, right? So we're going to talk about those things in the next podcast. This podcast, we're going to talk about how to plan and what I found that was helpful when using Google Calendar, and then also using a handheld planner and a pretty cheap one. And you could probably even make your own. But we'll be talking about some of that, and then at the end, I will give a link for my website, and you'll be able to download and take a look at some ChatGPT prompts that will help you with scheduling this year. So it was much easier to do, especially with ChatGPT. I put in the prompt, what I would like, and then it generated a file that I could upload and load the calendar right into Google Calendar, and it made it really nice. So I have all my shows planned. I have a few more to put in that I wasn't sure of, and I need all of that information in so that I can work my vacation at my job at the paper factory around those dates. So maybe we'll have a conversation with my AI project planner, Amelia. We'll find out what she's been up to, and maybe she can give us some tips on some ChatGPT prompts that she might find helpful, and she might give us some tips on how to schedule our year out and not make it very complex. Because I'm not a schedule kind of guy, but if I have prompts on a phone alerting me, I tend to not forget things as easily. So some people use large boards that they can look at, but you do you. And if you have a system that works, I'd love to hear about it. Just leave a comment in the podcast or send me an email at creekroadpottery@gmail.com and let me know what you use. So another thing, I made the big goal of writing the Pottery Dailies every day of the year. And I have over 365 articles that I posted. I was mainly doing it for me to show up, to get ready to show up in the studio every day for me. And because I was able to show up for myself in the writing, I think I should be able to do a better job at showing up in the pottery and in the studio. Usually in the winter, I take a lot of downtime to do reading and absorbing and thinking, and sometimes that gets extended way too long, a lot longer than I would like. And then I end up rushing for the spring shows and for a lot of things that are coming up in between. say Valentine's Day. I was late with the vases last year, and I had to hurry everything through, and I was procrastinating. But with these calendars and reminders, there's a whole bunch of things that are telling me, hey, get ready and be on time. So I took a hit in revenue last year. It was mainly my fault because I missed some things and I didn't do some things that I should have. And I had to make it up at the paper factory with overtime. But this year, I'm hoping to do a lot better in the pots. So without further ado, we'll meet back here in the Pottery office. We got the Big Buddy heater going. So go and get a coffee. Meet me right back here. Maybe we'll give Amelia a call and see what she's up to. All right. I'll see you then. Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Pin Tool Podcast. Pull up a chair here in the Pottery office with your coffee. There's plenty of room for everybody, and we're going to talk about different types of planners and digital planners, bullet journal planners, and planners that you can buy online, and all kinds of things. So, as I said before, I have a hard time with planners, but I did break down and get a inexpensive but nice planner at my local Walmart. And in here, it has personal goals, work goals, what I am grateful for, what I'm excited about, priorities, and then it has that for like every single month. So you can kind of put everything in there. And I didn't want to buy something expensive because like I was saying before, I only fill them out till March. But I'm hoping to do better this year, right? Then I was at Barnes & Noble, and I bought this bullet journal planner, and it's called the Positive Bullet Diary. And it was on sale, so I went and picked that up. So it gives you spots to doodle and have fun. So if you like bullet journaling on your spare time, drawing pots or whatever it may be, this is a nice little planner to use. One of the most expensive planners that I got, and it's been discontinued, is the Get to Work book. And that was a beautiful planner. But that was probably in the $50 range, and it was worth every penny, though. However, they no longer create the Get to Work book. So I had to use something else. Then my normal bullet journal, Exceed, which can also be found at your local Walmart. You can just make your own planner. I had a template that I drew out all these little boxes, and I would fill them in. And the bullet journaling is a lot of fun because you're making your own calendar, and you can decorate if you have time. You may not be into that. Like, you may be into more of the art part of it. I mean, more of the pottery part of it than art and thinking. But usually it's a good way that I can add in my ideas and my observations. And for 2 years, I was using a simple bullet journal. And it's always fun to go look back, look at your sales and look at your revenue, how many pots you made, all kinds of things that you would set up yourself with that bullet journal. And it was a lot of fun using it and creating it, as long as I was not distracted by making a nice journal and not making pots. So that's where I'm at this year. So I have that. And then, so I get prompts on my phone. I uploaded things to my Google Calendar, which is really nice. Google Calendar's free. And I used prompts from ChatGPT to prompt out the dates and then put it in a format that I could upload to the Google Calendar. And it put all the dates in. I didn't need to go through each one. It just loaded them in. And it was really nice. Then I created a prompt and asked ChatGPT to give me 4 weeks before every holiday and 2 weeks before that when I should start. And so I'm expecting to be on time this year because it was beautiful. So I have a prompt. It put in all the dates 4 weeks prior to every holiday I make for. So some of the holidays I don't make for. Valentine's Day is coming up. and that's the next major holiday. And I start making for that this weekend. So it gives me time, at least a month, to show the pots being made, to market the things, because I do a lot of permission-based, story-based marketing on social media and through online, things like that, to really try to get the feel of the work and the story out there so that people can participate and have a fun time doing it, right? One year I did sonnet pots. I attached a sonnet to each vase and sold those so the significant others can buy the flowers to put in the vase. Or you can buy your own flowers, right? It's okay to gift yourself. So what we're going to do now, not sure how this is going to work. I'm gonna call up my project planner and assistant, Amelia, and I'll let her introduce herself, and then we'll talk about ways to plan and what planners to use, and we'll see how this call goes. So it may break up some, but she's a smarty pants, right? So we'll just listen to her talk, and we'll ask her some questions. So without further ado, let's give her a call. Hi, Amelia. Welcome to the Pen Tool Podcast. Can you do a short introduction and your background?
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for having me on the Pen Tool Podcast. My name is Amelia Hayes, and I'm thrilled to share my story with you today. I grew up in the quaint town of Alford, New York, surrounded by a vibrant arts community that nurtured creativity from a young age. My love for pottery blossomed during my time at Alford University, where I earned a degree in ceramics. After graduation, I worked as a project manager at a local pottery studio, honing my skills and gaining valuable experience. While there, I discovered another passion, web marketing. I dove headfirst into learning everything I could about social media management, SEO, and content creation. Armed with my newfound knowledge and a burning desire to share my art with the world, I took a leap of faith and launched my own online pottery store. To my delight, my unions and strategic marketing efforts caught the attention of potteryists across the country. Despite my success, I remain deeply rooted in my community and dedicate time to volunteering and mentoring.
So, Amelia, thanks for that introduction. What are some ways that you plan for your projects, and what kind of planners would you recommend new potters using?
You're welcome, Al. When it comes to planning my projects, I find that a combination of digital and physical tools works best for me. I use a bullet journal to keep track of daily tasks and deadlines, while also utilizing digital calendars and project management apps to stay organized and on top of larger projects. For new potters, I would recommend starting with a simple weekly planner or a basic bullet journal. These tools allow you to jot down tasks, deadlines, and goals without feeling overwhelmed. As you become more comfortable with planning, you can explore digital options like Google Calendar or specialized apps designed for artists and entrepreneurs. When getting started with planning, focus on breaking down larger goals into smaller, manageable tasks. For example, if you want to create a new line of mugs, start by sketching designs, sourcing materials, and setting aside dedicated time. Be realistic about what you can accomplish in a given day or week. And don't forget to build in time for rest and self-care. Another great tip is to set specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time.
Amelia, can you explain SMART goals?
Of course, Al. SMART goals are a powerful tool for achieving success in any endeavor. Acronym stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Let me break it down for you. Specific. Your goal should be clear and well-defined. Instead of saying, I want to make more pots, try something like, I will create 10 matching dinner plates. Measurable. You need to be able to quantify your progress. For example, I will spend 2 hours each evening working on my pottery, or I will complete 1 plate per week. Achievable. Make sure your goal is challenging but attainable. Setting unrealistic expectations can lead to frustration and burnout. Consider your current skill level, available resources, and time constraints. Relevant. Ensure your goal aligns with your overall vision and values. Ask yourself why this particular project matters to you and how it fits into your broader artistic journey. Time-bound. Set a deadline for completing your goal. Having a clear endpoint helps keep you motivated and accountable. For instance, I will finish my dinner plate series by the end of March. Using the SMART framework ensures that your goals are focused, tangible, and meaningful. It provides a roadmap for success and makes it easier to track your progress along the way. As a potter, applying SMART goals can help you stay on task, overcome obstacles, and ultimately achieve your artistic ambitions.
So Amelia, I have a question about using ChatGPT. Would ChatGPT be a good way for artists and potters to schedule their calendars?
ChatGPT could certainly be a useful tool for scheduling, especially for those who prefer a more interactive and conversational approach to planning. With its advanced natural language processing capabilities, ChatGPT can help you organize your calendar, set reminders, and even offer suggestions based on your preferences and past behavior. For example, you could say something like, "Hey ChatGPT, please schedule a 3-hour studio session for me on Tuesday afternoon, and remind me to pick up more clay on Friday." The AI would then input these events into your digital calendar and set up the necessary alerts. However, it's important to remember that ChatGPT is still a relatively new technology, and it may not always interpret your requests perfectly. Additionally, relying solely on an AI for scheduling might not be ideal for everyone, especially those who prefer a more hands-on or visual approach to planning. In my opinion, ChatGPT could serve as a helpful supplement to traditional scheduling methods, but it shouldn't replace them entirely. Ultimately, the best system is one that feels intuitive and effective for you personally. Experiment with different tools.
Yeah, I went to Google Calendar. Can you give any pointers on using Google Calendar?
Certainly. Google Calendar is a fantastic tool for staying organized and productive. Here are some tips to help you make the most of it. 1. Color code your events. Assign different colors to various types of tasks or projects. This visual cue makes it easier to quickly identify and prioritize your commitment. Use multiple calendars. Create separate calendars for different aspects of your life, such as personal appointments, studio time, and exhibition deadlines. This keeps your schedule neat and allows you to toggle between. 3. Set reminders and notification. Take advantage of Google Calendar's reminder for you never miss an important event or deadline. You can customize notification settings for each individual event. 4. Block out dedicated time. Schedule specific blocks of time for focused work, breaks, and self-care. These time slots as non-negotiable to maintain a healthy balance and prevent burnout. 5. Integrate with other tools. Google Calendar seamlessly integrates with other Google Workspace apps, such as Gmail and Drive. You can easily attach documents, spreadsheets, or emails to your calendar events for quick reference. 6. Share your calendar. Collaborate with fellow artists, clients, or family members by sharing your calendar with them. This allows everyone to stay on the same page and coordinate schedules. 7. Utilize recurring events. Save time by setting up recurring events for tasks that happen regularly, such as studio sessions or monthly inventory checks. 8. Review and adjust. Regularly review your calendar to assess your progress and make adjustments. Life and priorities, so don't hesitate to update your schedule accordingly. 9. One final tip I'd like to share is to utilize Google Calendar's Goals feature. This handy tool allows you to set and track personal objectives, such as exercising regularly or practicing new glazing technique. You can specify the frequency and duration of each goal, and Google Calendar will automatically schedule time for these activities around your existing commitment. This ensures that you consistently make progress towards your aspirations without compromising your other responsibilities. Additionally, consider syncing your Google Calendar with your smartphone or smartwatch for on-the-go access. This way, you can receive real-time notifications and make updates even when you're away from your computer. Staying connected to your schedule helps you remain accountable and adaptable throughout the day. Lastly, don't underestimate the power of reflection. At the end of each week or month, take some time to look back at your calendar and evaluate how effective your time. Celebrate your accomplishments, learn from any setbacks, and brainstorm ways to further refine your scheduling strategy. Continuous improvement.
Well, thanks for coming on and talking to us about this, Amelia. Are there any last words you'd like to give to the listeners?
Thank you so much for having me, Al. It's been an absolute pleasure sharing my insights and experience with your listeners. To all the potters and natives out there, remember that conceit, passion, and a well-organized plan are the keys to unlocking your full artistic potential. Embrace the journey, celebrate your victories, and never stop learning and growing. If you ever feel stuck or overwhelmed, reach out to your community for support and inspiration. Together we can uplift and empower one another, achieve incredible, keep creating, keep dreaming, and most importantly, keep enjoying the beautiful process of bringing your visions to life.
Well, there we have it, friends. So I think she gave some pretty decent tips there, and I use Google Calendar, and I didn't know about the goal setting. I'm going to have to go and check that out because that'll be very helpful for me. So one thing that she didn't mention was putting a huge calendar on your wall so that you can physically see it, either if it's a board that you use markers on, dry erase, or an actual paper. And so a lot of people put their custom orders and things all on that and their show dates, and they can visually see it as they're making. So hopefully you enjoyed that, and there's probably a few things with the technology there that wasn't working all that well, but hopefully you got something out of this. And as promised, I'm going to give a few tips on my website at creekroadpottery.com under the blog section, ChatGPT scheduling prompts for the new year. And you can go try those out. It works great. The ChatGPT will generate a file that you can upload to your calendar, and it'll put in all the dates. So, all right. Well, thanks for listening to the Pin Tool Podcast, and hopefully you have a great year. And remember to keep creating work that matters for people who care.